I started paying attention to MTV. You know, we used to watch Headbangers Ball, but there was 120 minutes that would come on Sunday nights, and they played the cutting edge rock stuff. And some of it I didn't understand at all. But then I would see bands like Soul Asylum long before, you know, Runaway Train. And there was something punky and something, but it wasn't punk. It was something poppy about it. It was something real melodic, but real edgy.
Yeah.
And so that's where those bands kind of started rolling in. And none of my peers at the time really paid much attention to it. And then I heard Toad the Wet Sprocket. When I heard that, it made me realize what I didn't understand about the Imaginary Band before. So by that time, I got back in touch with those guys, and we put that band back together, and I had a whole new appreciation for it and kind of fell into this other world. And you know, around that time, Jane's Addiction was big, and I you know, Lollapalooza rolled around, and I started realizing there's this whole spectrum of stuff that, man, it's great. It's just not the formula that I had loved for so long. And I don't want to knock that formula. There's a reason why all that music happened.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a reason why I played it, and there's a reason why we had a great time doing it. But there was all this other stuff. And so that was kind of the moment that I realized that the thing that Toad the Wet Sprocket and REM, now that I think about it, kind of showed me is that an acoustic-based, you could even say folk-influenced in some ways, band with simplistic song structures with a driving drummer makes all the difference in the world. When the drummer's not afraid to hit the 2 and the 4 solid, and it's not with brushes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in that context, when you hear these songs that are, man, it's acoustic guitar, bass, vocals, and then that drummer, it made all the sense in the world to me.
And that's how Core Factor started too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. We were under a different name, but it was exactly that kind of thing. It was
that's very
still
cool.
Just hitting drums, but acoustic based, and it was an interesting transition. But anyway,
it's just, you know, it's just a different way to hear the same thing that you've heard before, you know, and you realize that, okay, you don't have to have power chords, you don't have to have these complex arrangements, and there's nothing wrong with those. I'm not saying that at one point I just threw that out the window. I still love that stuff, but there's something to be said for that simplicity within the songwriting.